పెట్టిద్ది ఆ బుట్టు పెట్టుకుని అంతే వచ్చింది ఆ బుట్టు రెగ్యులర్ అప్పుడు వచ్చి అంతే వచ్చింది ఎన్నింటికి పంపించారు
I welcome you all to this oral presentation session on the second day of the 3-day international conference. And the first presentation in this session will be delivered by Gopinath. Good afternoon all. My name is K. Gopinath. I am from CCP. My topic name is Smart Materials for Forensic Analysis. What are smart materials? Smart materials are substances that respond to external stimuli such as stress, temperature, moisture, pH, electric field, or magnetic fields when conditions change their properties in a useful way. This makes them highly adaptable for sensing, actuations, and precision applications. The intelligence of smart materials. Shape memory alloys deform when cold or return to their original shape when heated. Tissue-electric materials produce electric charge under stress and can also deform with voltage. Why smart materials? Smart materials are for adaptability. They respond dynamically to change conditions. Sensing. They detect subtle environmental changes with a high sensitivity. Activations. They can trigger specific actions based on a stimulus. Miniaturization. They help to create smarter forensic tools. What is forensic analysis? Forensic analysis is the application of scientific methods to investigate crimes and examine evidence. It helps identify people, reconstruct events and present objective finding in legal proceedings. For example, in DNA analysis, ballistics and toxicology, trace evidence examination. The goal of forensic analysis reveal the truth of studying physical evidence on the scenes, victims or suspects, link suspects to victims, objects or locations. Smart materials in fiber analysis. Fibers are often difficult to trace because many look similar. Smart materials can improve fiber analysis by enabling advanced sensors that detect subtle differences in texture, composition and respond to stimuli. Smart materials for trace evidence detection. Trace evidence includes their tiny materials such as paint chips, glass fragments, and soil that transfer during contact. Smart sensors can detect and differentiate these samples with generate precision. Future applications: smart forensics. Self-reporting evidence materials may change color or signal when exposed to explosives, drugs, or other target substances. Smart collections tools. Evidence tools could automatically identify and preserve delicate samples during collection. Thank you.
Who is joining us online. It is my great privilege and honor to introduce Dr. Venkatesesha Pashwant Garu Organti, a distinguished academician and researcher in the field of chemistry. He is currently serving as an associate professor of chemistry at Chanakya University, Bangalore. He has a strong academic background with a PhD in theoretical chemistry from Linköping University, Sweden. He completed his MSc in chemistry from Georgia University. He has rich experience in both teaching and research, quantum computers, and the computational design of molecular systems for solar energy storage. He has received significant recognition for research contributions. He has been awarded a prestigious research grant of 25 lakhs from the Department of Science and Technology. He has also qualified for the CSIR Net Junior Research Fellowship, which is a notable academic achievement. He has an impressive publication record with more than 25 research papers in reputed international journals, contributing significantly to the advancement of theoretical and computational chemistry. In addition to his research, he is highly skilled in computational tools, molecular simulations, Python programming, and machine learning techniques, and has extensive teaching experience in subjects like physical chemistry and quantum chemistry. With such a strong academic profile with research experience, and dedication to teaching, Dr. Bashwant Garu Organti continues to inspire students and researchers alike. Thank you. Now I request Dr. Bashwant Garu Organti to kindly start the session. Please start the session.
Thank you very much, ma'am. My voice is audible to you? Is it clear enough?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, okay. Okay, now I will share my slides.
Sure, sir.
So, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. It is visible, sir. Please continue, sir.
Okay. So, first of all, good afternoon, everyone. So, right now I am in Sweden. So, here the time is around 10:15. So, it is morning for us. So, last 2 years I was I actually visited Madhu Engineering College in the last 2 years when we are organizing this conference. This time I could not come because I am in Sweden. So, but it's nice that Subramanian sir has invited me to give my talk online. So usually I want my talk to be a little bit interactive. So if it is okay for you, maybe after some time, maybe after 20 minutes or half an hour, I will stop and I will take some questions, and after that I will continue with the rest of the talk. Is it okay for everyone?
Sure, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Okay then. So I will talk. My talk is organized as follows. Basically, my research currently is quantum chemistry and quantum computers. But the conference is titled AI Quantum Enabled Transformations. So I thought of starting with a little bit introduction to machine learning. After that, I will talk about quantum computers, and then I will go into my research. So these are the questions that we will be addressing today. So first I will start with the basic definition of machine learning, and then basic definition of quantum computers. And then I will talk about what is quantum machine learning. So this is all the introduction to the field. Then I will talk about postulates of quantum computing, the basic ideas, without which you will not be able to understand my research work. So after this, I will actually go into my research work, which is highly mathematical in nature. So I will try to give a kind of more geometric or visual way to explain these theorems. Yeah, and finally, I will tell what are the implications of our research work that we have been doing. So first, let us talk about what is machine learning. So maybe some of you might be from computer science background, and maybe you might have done some Python programming or C++ programming. So in traditional programming, when you write any program using C or Java, Python, you have some input variable, and you will do probably some mathematical function, and using this the computer will generate some output. So you have an input, a mathematical function, and then you generate an output. This is the traditional programming. But in the machine learning, what you do is, you have an input that you don't do any mathematical function, you provide some examples. So what kind of examples I will come to in a moment. Then using these examples, the machine in the sense the computer, it learns some mathematical function. And using this mathematical function, it will generate some output. Some of you might have tried ChatGPT or DeepSeek or Grok or whatever. So you are given some input, you are giving your prompt, and during the trial you might have learned some mathematical function. So it will feed your input into that mathematical function, and then it will generate some text and produce it as an output. So this is one simple way to understand machine learning. So to define it precisely, machine learning is making computers learn a mathematical function. So what this mathematical function does is it takes some inputs and then it produces an output using the function. So I will give you some examples so you will be able to appreciate this more. So for example, let's say you want to how much gold price will increase for the next 1 year. So this is the problem, and you want to generate some output. What is the training data? So training data means you have to feed the machine some examples. Like let's say last 2 years you know how the gold prices are, and you know what is the current global situation and like what is going on. All this data is feeding to the model. So then it will learn from this data and it will build a mathematical function. So this mathematical function then will give you a number for the next 1 year, how much the prices will increase. So this kind of problems are often called as regression problems. So I gave most attractive examples for you to think of. So let's say recently Pawan Kalyan movie has released. So you want to predict how much the movie will collect. So then the computer should predict how much the movie will collect. How will you train the computer? So one popular way one can do this is whatever all the previous movies are there in the last 5 years or 10 years, you feed collections of all these Pawan Kalyan movies to the computer, and probably also the director movies, and what is the collection from these movies. Then it will learn some function, and then when you ask to predict the collection of the recent movie, then it will try to reduce mathematical. These two are classic examples of regression problems in machine learning. Then the other kind of problem is classification problem. Now let us go more into chemistry. So let us say you have a drug that can act on cancer cells. You can bind to cancer cells and destroy them. So you want to predict whether the drug will be active in the cancer cells. So it's a decision problem. The machine will say yes or no. So these are called classification problems. These are two standard problems in the machine learning. One important thing that you need to understand is basically all these problems have some parameters. For example, the gold price prediction, the parameter is okay, how much gold people are buying in India, what is the availability of gold resources, what is the situation across the globe. In the case of movie collections, you want to give previous movie collections or previous collections of the director, previous success of the director, and so on and so forth, parameters. So the more the number of parameters, the more the mechanics developed in 16th century. That's Isaac Newton. So the basic unit of information on a classical computer is a bit. It is either a 1 or 0. But in quantum computer, that you see on the right, it's designed by Google. It's a very big machine. It is not like a simple laptop. It will occupy a big room, and it needs a very low temperature, close to absolute zero, around minus 273.149 degrees centigrade. So it follows movie collections, drug molecule prediction. All these examples have less than maybe 10 parameters or 20 parameters. Or maybe some requires as many as 10 power 23 configuration if you want to increase all possible electronic excitations. Maybe people who are from chemistry don't know what is electronic excitation. But for other people, you just understand that if I want to describe all the electrons completely, then I will require 10 power 23 configurations, which is impossible on any supercomputer existing today. Of course, supercomputer is nothing but a classical computer. So you need most powerful computer existing today. This is impossible if I want to describe 10 power 23 configuration at a time. Right? So so total information if I want to do it is not possible. But when you go to quantum computer, they have an advantage. They can process many configurations at a time. So this is the power that quantum computer adds. And quantum machine learning is an area. What it does is quantum computers can learn from the data. For example, earlier we have seen how classical computers can learn. So similarly, quantum computers can also learn from some of the existing data. But anyway, in today's talk, I am not going to spend time on quantum machine learning or quantum machine learning because this is a little bit out of scope of my research work. But I will talk about how quantum computers work and how to model chemistry using quantum computers. Okay, so here I always like to do some small stories to explain the basic idea of quantum computing. I don't know, maybe 2 years back when I was in Madhu Atla Engineering College, I narrated this story. But now I also try to narrate it again because most of the students now are not there when I gave my talk 2 years back. But why the story? Mechanics at quantum electrodynamics. He used to say that I think I can safely say that nobody understands quantum mechanics because the reason why Michael said this is it requires a lot of mathematical background and without which it is very difficult.